Thank you, Glenn. Really appreciate that. Haven't seen you in a while. Always good to see you. Welcome, everybody. Thank you guys for joining us today. Really glad we were able to put this masterclass together and deliver it for you folks. Again, my name is Jerry D'Ambrosio. For those of you that don't know me, I'm the manager of educational content with VectorVest. Just a little background on myself. I won't bore you guys too much. I've been with VectorVest now 16 years. And when I first started, I knew absolutely nothing about the stock market. I came from an education background where I used to teach back in New York, and I think it says a lot, because when I first started, everything that I've learned about the stock market is kind of through the VectorVest lens. And I know a lot of folks out there are struggling right now, making money in the market. If you're not a VectorVest subscriber, you might be a little frustrated. You guys are in the right place. I think we're giving you a lot of tools here that will help you turn your lives around, turn your portfolios around. Conventional wisdom of buying stocks that are falling in price. If you've been doing that over the last 11, 12 months or so, you know that you're in a world of hurt right now. Your portfolio has kind of imploded and you're wondering, what do I do now, right? So you guys are in the right place. What we're going to talk about here are powerful tools to help build rules-based trading systems. So rules-based trading systems rules-based trading has gained considerable popularity in the investing community really over the last decade, I would say. And I can't remember exactly when it was, but many, many years ago, a big suggestion, I would say, from our clients was to provide automated trading systems. They would say to us, hey, you guys are the experts. I want you guys to tell us when to buy, what to buy, when to sell. All right? You tell us how to navigate the markets. And that's why we made a big push many years ago for these automated trading systems. Todd Schaefer, who's the manager of research, really has done a lot of work over the years putting a lot of these trading systems together. Steve Chappell, of course, director of trading systems development, put together these automated trading systems. So why should I consider it at all? So why should you consider a rules-based automated trading system? So let me just say this. There are two types of portfolios that you might be managing, right? Some of you might be managing a what we call a manual portfolio, where a lot of the stock selection and money management is done manually, based on charts, based on certain other indicators that you might be using, but it is a manual process. There are then automated trading systems, which takes all the guesswork out of managing a portfolio. So again, we tell you exactly when to buy, which market timing system to use, what stock selection search or scan to use, and then how to manage those positions. And one of the big things too about automatic trading systems is that they lay out rules for signal changes, right? So you're using a market timing signal and signals change from up to down, and these automated trading systems kind of guide you in terms of how to manage and adjust portfolios when those signals change, when markets change. So why should you consider a rules-based automated trading system at all? It frees up time. You click a few buttons. The hardest part, I think, about an automated trading system is setting it up. You have to set up the system within the VectorVest program. We provide you guys with all the tools necessary to trade these automated systems, and it only takes a few clicks a night. It does free up a lot of time, as opposed to having to look at charts and understanding when to exit positions. Again, that's done manually. A lot of you guys are doing that, and that's fine, but this again speeds up the process and allows you to kind of do other things. It reduces stress and emotion, right? So you're looking at your portfolio every night and you're got these list of stocks in there. Should I sell this one? Let's look at the chart. I don't know if I should sell this one, right? That question is, okay, well, I might be down a little bit, but I think it's going to go back up, right? You might be down a certain percent, or maybe your stop criteria was hit. You have to then take the position out of your portfolio. You have to sell it. That's done manually. Automated systems get rid of all that. So it's completely emotionless. You allow the system to tell you exactly what to do. Sometimes we do get in our own way, but that's not the case with automated rules-based trading systems, because all the variables and all the questions that you might ask yourself along the way, we have answers for. And generally speaking, number three, it does produce better results. When we step away from managing our portfolios manually and we allow a systematic rules-based trading system to do the work for us, it does produce better results over time. So a few of the powerful tools that we'll talk about today is one of them is the Trading System Viewer. The Trading System Viewer is a great place to look for fully created, rules-based trading systems that are already put together for you. Or, I'll show you guys here in a moment how, if you want to, you can create your own. Okay? Here are the tools to get started. We're going to talk about these tools in a moment, but let me open up the VectorVest program first. Let me just close a couple of these charts. And I'm going to hop right in, guys. You know what? First thing I always like to do when I start a presentation, just let's take a quick look at the market. We are using our VectorVest Premium program, which is real-time data. You can see all the major indices are down today, Dow, NASDAQ, S&P in the red, but the VBC is up about 20 cents a share. We talked about the VBC earlier. So again, just taking a quick peek at the market, you got 3 yellow lights across the board in the color guard. Our guidance is still the same though. We don't advocate buying any stocks at this time. We'll wait for some sort of a trend change, and Steve talked about how the primary wave will be your first signal, your earliest trend change to start thinking about buying stocks again. Okay, so we're not there yet. Market's still in a downtrend, and that's why our guidance reads as it does at the top. So I'm going to go up to the top, click on Viewers, and I'm going to go right into the Trading System Viewer. Now, I'm not sure exactly how many trading systems are in here. There are dozens of them in here. But these are fully created, rules-based, automated trading systems. So just to go through some of the metrics and the columns here that you'll see, you have the name of the trading system. You have the category, whether the trading system is aggressive, prudent, conservative, or speculative. This is very important. Because if you are not an aggressive trader, you're going to probably favor some of the more prudent to conservative trading systems, right? So it gives you a nice head start and say, you know, I'm not prudent, or I'm not aggressive, or I'm not conservative. So I'm going to kind of shy away from those other trading systems where, you know, with an aggressive trading system, your returns might be greater, but the risk that comes along with those returns is greater as well. So you always have to weigh, you know, your risk-reward profile for yourself to then determine which trading systems to use. And let me say this about trading systems and the categories that you see here. You can manage multiple portfolios. So we have what we call the investment matrix. If you're a VectorVest subscriber, you know and you've seen the investment matrix before. The investment matrix breaks down the different investment styles that we have here in this category column: aggressive, prudent, conservative, and speculative. And it breaks down the levels or the values of our RV and RS indicators. If you're managing a conservative portfolio, so what does a conservative portfolio look like? It looks like or contains stocks that are safe, that companies that consistently and predictably grow their earnings every quarter, every year. You're not too concerned with the upside potential, but really capital preservation is key for that portfolio, right? It might be a retirement account. Maybe you've kind of self-directed some 401k money, or you're just trying to manage a retirement portfolio conservatively because you know that capital preservation is key, right? So you're managing that type of portfolio a lot differently than you might manage a more aggressive portfolio, where maybe the stocks in that portfolio are a little bit riskier. The relative safety indicators below 1. You have the nice upside potential with relative value, but you're willing to take on a little bit more risk. Sometimes, and generally speaking, returns are greater with more aggressive portfolios, but there's a lot of risk that comes along with it. You, as the individual investor, can manage those different types of portfolios. You allocate a certain portion of your capital to a conservative portfolio. You allocate a certain portion of your capital to an aggressive portfolio. So when I say, find out for yourselves whether you're conservative or aggressive, just understand the objectives for each portfolio. So if you had a certain amount of money allocated towards an aggressive portfolio, then you can kind of favor some of these top aggressive trading systems, okay? So very important, again, for us to label them accordingly so you know the risk involved before you take on one of these trading systems. So the first one here, it's called Pirate Short. It uses a 50% gain, 15% loss as the stop criteria. Now this is a short-only trading system. We have short-only trading systems in here. We have trading systems that do both, go long when the market's rising, go short when the market's falling. And we have long-only portfolios, trading systems in here as well that just go long in up markets, okay? So just again to go through the metrics here, this system at the top, Pirate Short, uses the DEW market timing system. So this is your when to buy. This column here, this market timing system column here is when to buy. When are you going to begin buying stocks, and when are you going to stop buying stocks? Okay, that's the market timing signal. So this one uses the DEW. Then if I move over to the right, we have some performance metrics here. You can view the 1 month % gain loss, the 3 month % gain loss, the 1 year % gain loss. So it's no surprise, it shouldn't be a surprise to anybody to see that a short-only portfolio over the last 1 year has performed very well. 70%, about 70.5% over the last 1 year. That's year over year, okay? You have the year over year equity curve, and then you also have the year-to-date gain loss as well. You have the annualized rate of return, the 1 year drawdown, and any add-ons that were used in this trading system. This one in particular, the one at the top, did not use any add-ons, does not use any add-ons, so there's nothing in this column. Okay, so if you want to, for example, wanted to say, all right, I want to find the trading systems, and I'll dig into these a little bit more, but in terms of kind of a practical application of this trading system viewer, if you want to say, okay, I want to see all of the trading systems at the top of the list that have performed the best over the last 1 month. You just simply click on 1 month %. It reshuffles the order and puts the best performing trading systems at the very top, best performing trading systems over the last 1 month at the very top of the list. Okay? Buying contra ETFs. I love this system. I kind of dug in here this week and I really looked at this trading system because I trade contra ETFs a lot. In our swing trading coaching group portfolio. And a lot of what we do in that swing trading coaching group is manual. We take a look at the contra ETFs, we determine which type of ETF we want to trade, whether it's a broad market ETF, a gold ETF, an oil ETF, and then we manually manage the positions based on just some basic risk management guidelines. Who was it? Jim earlier talked about the 1% rule, not wanting to risk any more than 1 to 2% of your overall portfolio capital. So we size positions according to that. But I love this trading system because it is a trading system solely for contra ETFs. You guys out there, are you looking for an automated trading system that trades contra ETFs? You probably are. If this market gets any worse and continues to move lower, this is a great alternative, right, to shorting stocks or just being in cash at all. Contra ETFs are a great alternative to shorting stocks and a good way to make money when the market's falling. This is an aggressive trading system. It uses our fastest market timing signal. It uses the primary wave. It's up about 14% in the last month, 16% over the last 3 months, about 14% over the last 1 year. And that includes, of course, September of 2021, when the market was rising. I think the high was in November, right? So scrolling over to the right, 36% year to date, very low drawdown, little less than 11%. Annualized rate of return, about 11% a year, drawdown a little bit under 19%. This trading system uses the Profit Locker Pro, which I will talk to you guys about in a moment, okay? Gravity. Look at the trading systems at the top of the list. If you had no idea what the market was doing over the last month, which I'm sure most of you, of course, do, and you came in here and just sorted this trading system viewer by 1 month % gain, and you see all of these bearish searches at the top, now you know. Now you know what the market's been doing over the last 1 month, right? It's been falling, and here are the best trading systems over the last 1 month. You've heard the disclaimer, right? Past performance is not indicative of future results, and that has to be understood going in. This is how these trading systems have performed over the last month. The whole point here is, okay, if the market continues in this manner, these trading systems should, because they've performed well in the same environment that we expect moving forward, that they should continue to perform well. Okay? If we want to go to 3 months, you can say, all right, here are the best performing portfolios over the last 3 months. Bottoms up, that's actually a bottom fishing search that uses a 50% gain, 10% stop as 50% gain, 10% loss as its stop. It's aggressive. It uses the green light buyer. Why has there been no performance over the last 1 month? Why does that say 0? It's up 27% over the last 3 months. Not performing all that well over the last year. This portfolio is in cash, and it has been in cash over the last 1 month. Okay? If you click on the portfolio name, what you can do from here is take a deeper dive into some more performance metrics. You can see the positions that are currently in the portfolio, and you can view the trading system rules as well. So I'm going to click on bottoms up, 50-10. I'm going to go to trading system details. And at the top it says, finds Russell 2000 stocks in the 30 worst performing industries. It's called bottoms up, right? So we're kind of taking that bottom fishing approach where we look at stocks that have been performing poorly with the overall market. And this is specifically looking at the 30 worst performing industries. The sort brings to the top the list of the top of the list good stocks that have been beaten down. That's the whole idea of bottom fishing. Trying to find those good stocks that have been beaten down with the overall market, and the sort brings the worst or the stocks that have been beaten down the most to the top of the list. Okay? Here is the 1 year equity curve. You can see it's been flat here over the last 1 month. That's why the portfolio has no performance. It's 0 because we've been in cash. Why are we in cash? Well, if I go to trading system rules at the top, the system uses the green light buyer, and we have it set here to go to cash when a confirmed down signal is given. Okay? We buy stocks when there is a green light in the price column of the color guard. We go to cash when a confirmed down signal occurs, and then we stay in cash until the next green light appears in the color guard price column. Very rules-based, very systematic. You know exactly what to do at each of the situations that are provided for you in a particular market timing system. With the green light buyer, there are 3 situations. There's an up situation. You know what to do, and the system lays out the rules for you during that situation. When the signal turns down, you know exactly what to do, and if it's ever neutral, you take no action in this case. No action means no action. Don't do anything. Okay, you're not buying stocks again until a green light appears in the price column of the color guard. So one of the systems that I want to talk about today is Chappell's Champs goes ballistic. Now this technique, this strategy goes both long and short, depending on what the market's doing. It uses Chappell's Champs. Steve Chappell developed this strategy a long time ago, actually put this trading system together coupled with ballistic new high short. It's a great trading system. We consider it prudent because of the type of stock that Chappell's Champs finds. I'm going to go into Unisearch real quick, and I'm going to go into our Searches Prudent folder, and I'm going to go to Chappell's Champs, and the universe of stocks that Chappell's Champs looks in is only our top VST stocks. So it's not looking at the entire database of 9,000 stocks. This search only looks at top VST stocks. So if I run that search as of right now, why is this considered a prudent trading system? Because, do I even have RV? Let me just reset something here, guys. Because the RV indicators and the RS indicators, for the most part here, are favorable. A lot of these RVs, all of the RVs are above 1. Most of the RSs are above 1 as well. That is a prudent stock, okay? So I know this trading system goes short, but it is considered prudent because of the type of stock, the types of stocks that it buys, right? Fundamentally favorable, fundamentally sound companies. Uses the GLBRT kicker. 3% over the last month, 27% over the last 3 months, 60% year over year. Not a bad looking equity curve, a little bit of a drawdown here, 43.5% year to date, 184% annualized. Drawdown a little high at 26%, and this trading system also uses the Profit Locker Pro. So if you're looking at the metrics, at the performance metrics here, and you're prudent or you want to manage a prudent portfolio, right at the top of the list with just one click. I can also sort by 1 year, and it's close to the top of the list as well. So across the board, you're looking at favorable performance, right? So if I was looking at something like, let me scroll up a little bit here. Pirate Short, down over the last 1 month, down over the last 3 months, up a little bit over the last year. I'd kind of pass on that, right? You want something that has been consistently working short-term and long-term, and that's why we have those three performance metrics right at the top there. So Chappell's Champs goes ballistic. Let's take a deeper dive. I'm going to go to Trading System Details. First off, when you go to Trading System Details, it gives you, there's the equity curve. Now this is from inception, which is back in January of 2019. Great looking equity curve, right? Great looking equity curve. Here is the max drawdown, which was just this year, all right? Held up pretty well during the COVID crash, actually performed well during the COVID crash in 2020. Why? Because it goes short, right? So if I scroll down, there's the same trading system statistics that we saw on the spreadsheet in the trading system viewer. Also here is the 3-year performance, 557% over the last 3 years. There's your all-time performance, 688%. Total trades, winning trade percentage, 55%. Not bad. That's all-time as well. So all-time, 317 total trades, 55% winners. Okay? Here are the positions that are currently in the portfolio. It tries to maintain, I believe, 10 stocks, but there are currently 8 in the portfolio now. Okay, and I'll explain why there's only 8 and not 10. But here are the 10 stocks. Here are the ROIs. You can sort by ROI, bringing the biggest winners to the top. And you just have some kind of brokerage indicators and columns here. How many shares of each, the current price, gain in dollar amount, cost per share, and so on. You can just scroll over to see all the other values there. Okay. So you say, okay, I like this portfolio. I like this trading system. Let me go back to Trading System Details, Trading System Rules. So what does this require me to do? Well, it uses the GLBRT kicker. We talked about that just a few minutes ago, right? It has 3 rules to it. An up situation, a down situation, a neutral situation. Notice now for the down situation, this trading system short stocks. It doesn't go into cash. It doesn't stay neutral during down situations. It actually shorts. It uses ballistic new highs short during down situations. It uses Chappell's Champs during up situations. And it uses a proprietary exit tool, proprietary stop tool called the Profit Locker Pro. Okay? You're not going to see the Profit Locker Pro anywhere else but VectorVest, and it's a fantastic exit criteria tool that takes into consideration the fundamentals of each stock, and it adjusts the stop criteria to that particular stock. Okay, so I'm going to close this now, and we're going to set this up. So the first step is identify a trading system that you want to move forward with. You can do it by yourself. And Steve, in the next presentation, is going to show you guys how to build an automated rules-based trading system on your own. You guys are creative. Maybe you want to, tweak some things or create a search of your own, a scan of your own, and use kind of different stop criteria. You can do all that. We have the tools that allow you guys to do that. But if you're in the camp where, listen, I want you guys to tell me what to do, right? You guys are the pros. You developed all these. I have no problem using any of these. I don't have to spend the time of building one myself. I'm going to go ahead and use what's working now, right? So you can do a few things from the trading system viewer. You can paper trade this trading system in the Genius, where if I click on paper trade in portfolios, it gives you two options. You can follow in the portfolio manager. So what that does is it takes all of the rules. Remember, we just went through the trading system rules and it laid out the rules for the up situation, it laid out the rules for the down situation and the neutral situation. It converts all of those rules over to the Genius if I clicked on follow in portfolio manager now. So let's do that. Let's kind of show you what it looks like now in the Genius where it's being managed in real time. So here are the 8 stocks that we just saw in the trading system viewer, right? Why are there 8 stocks and not 10? Well, if I go to details, it's trying to maintain 10 positions. And this is a rhetorical question. I want you guys, if you know the answer, just kind of yell it out. It's trying to maintain 10 positions on both sides, both long and short. Why does it only have 8 positions in the portfolio? Well, the answer is because we are currently now in a neutral situation. And remember what we are required to do in a neutral situation. We are required to do nothing. So we are maintaining the 8 stocks that are in the portfolio now. We are not replacing either of the 2 stocks that we just sold out of because now we are in a neutral situation. Okay? So let me click on this. Let's see. Yeah, so if I go to details, there are all the details. So it's trying to maintain 10 positions. I want to automatically replace closed positions as long as we have a green light GLB RT kicker signal. So let's say you get a GLB RT kicker signal, you take on 10 positions, and along the way, you exit out of a position or 2 based on the stop criteria used here. When do we replace it? It says automatically replace. Well, the system is smart enough, it's called the Genius for a reason. The system is smart enough, the Genius is smart enough to know what the signal is, right? Are we in an up situation, a down situation, or a neutral situation? As long as we're still in an up situation, the portfolio will replace, the system will replace the stocks that you sold out of, okay? When entering this situation, close any open position that was opened in a different situation. So what is the different situation that we would encounter where we would open a new position? It would be a down situation, right? So basically what this is saying, close any short position that you took during a down situation anytime a GLB RT kicker up signal is given. Close any open position that was opened in a different situation. And just some basic kind of rules here. Invest the average portfolio value. We're going to buy odd lots. We're not going to repurchase the same stock for 31 days after sale. That accounts for the wash rule. Don't buy if a stock violates the stop criteria at purchase. This rarely comes into play. Maximum percent of a stock's average volume 10%, and we want to evaluate the stop criteria from the purchase date. Same thing on the downside. We're going to try to maintain 10 positions during confirmed down signals. And by the way, with the GLB RT kicker market timing signal, I believe Steve went into this earlier, the down signal is the confirmed down. So when entering this situation, close any open position. What does that mean? It means what it says. Close any open position anytime you get a confirmed down situation. Okay? What are we going to do at a confirmed down? Well, we're going to fill the portfolio with short positions from ballistic new highs. Short. excuse me, not ballistic new high short, that's a shorting search. Okay, and the same rules apply down the board here. Invest the average portfolio value, odd lots, same thing, don't repurchase the same stock for 31 days after sale, and so on. Neutral situations, we take no action. Okay, so where is my... So I'm going to go up to the top here, and we're going to create a new one. I'm going to go to My Portfolios, and I'm going to show you guys kind of how to create a new portfolio within the Genius, taking taking systems from the trading system viewer. So if I scroll over to the right here, you can just click on the trading system viewer here. It'll open it up. Chappell's Champs goes ballistic, and you can view all the trading systems here. Okay, where is my new button? There we go. My portfolio. So if I go to create a portfolio, I'm going to give this a name. I'm going to call it Chappell's Champs / ballistic short. Hope I spelled that right. I'll take a look at it. I did. Okay. The initial investment, you put in whatever you want to put in. You want to put in $50,000 to start, you can do that. Again, this is just a portfolio here, a paper trading portfolio that you are going to continue to track here moving forward. Commission type, just for the purposes here, I'm just going to select none. Click OK. Now what we have to do is we have to kind of create the trading system itself. So if I go to Edit, I'm going to select an existing trading system because I know the trading system that I want to use is in the trading system viewer. So when I click on Chappell's Champs goes ballistic, click select at the bottom right. Okay, it automatically, see what that did? It automatically loaded all the rules of the trading system. Market timing system used, and by the way guys, this feature here, this market timing box, let me click on customize trading system, you can see it here as well. In the market timing section, this section here is included if you have the auto timer module. Ray earlier talked about how if you guys are non-subscribers, you take out a trial, you get all the tools that we use here today, and which includes the auto timer as well, which adds or includes market timing signals to a portfolio or a back test. Why is that important? Because if you're trying to run a back test using, say, for example, the GLBRT kicker signal, if you didn't have the auto timer, that would have to be done manually, where you'd have to stop the portfolio at every green light or every down signal or every neutral signal. Take a look at the positions in the portfolio, reevaluate the positions, and then trade it and manage it accordingly. It's doable. It takes up just so much time. The auto timer tool includes those automated market timing signals into a portfolio or a back test. Okay, so automation rules for the confirmed up, we talked about that. Automation rules for the confirmed down, we talked about that as well. Okay, it's going to ask you, what do you want the Genius to do when a position meets its stop criteria? You can choose to have it close the position or just send you an alert only. If you select close the position, it will do both. It will close the position and it will send you an alert. By the way, guys, this is the Genius, right? This is a native VectorVest tool. We are not yet linked up to a broker. I believe Steve, when he talks about the RoboTrader later, you have the ability to link up a few different brokerage accounts, a couple of partner brokerages that we are currently working with, to the VectorVest system, to RoboTrader, and it will allow you to trade directly through the VectorVest program. This is just paper trading. Okay, so when I say close the position, it's not really closing the position anywhere but the Genius within the VectorVest program. Okay. How often do you want the Genius to check your positions, either throughout market hours or just once per day after the market closes? I'm going to keep throughout market hours selected. Do you want the Genius on or off? I'm going to say on. When it's on, it now becomes fully automated. So if I click on save here, what you're first going to see is the situation at the top. That's either going to be a green arrow that points up, a red arrow that points down, or a neutral symbol there. It's neutral. So what do we know about what to do in a neutral situation? We know not to do anything. Therefore, this portfolio will not populate today. When will it populate? it will populate. If I go to a market timing graph here and put our GLB RT kicker signal on the chart, and I'm going to change our graph layout just quick to keep everything uniform to the GLB RT kicker layout. These green arrows are GLB RT kicker up signals. Yellow circles are neutral signals. Red arrows that point down are our confirmed down. So we're in a confirmed down now. We have not gotten a green arrow on this chart in a while. The next green arrow that appears on this chart, it will then fill the portfolio with 10 long positions from Chappell's Champs, and it will manage it based on the Profit Locker Pro ATR stop criteria. It will then continue to monitor the portfolio for you and alert you if any stocks in the portfolio meet that exit criteria. It will then take a look at the situation on that day, whether it's an up situation, a down situation, or a neutral situation, and then adjust the portfolio according to that situation. So let's say you buy 10 stocks at a GLB RT kicker up signal, you sell a stock because it meets your stop criteria, whether it's a gain or a loss. You now have 9 positions in a portfolio. You want to maintain 10. You want to fill that open position, but it's a neutral signal that day. So it's not going to do that. It's not going to fill the open position only if you have an up situation, an up signal with that particular market timing system. I'm going to go back let me create a new one because let's see, we are currently in a confirmed down. Primary wave is down. I'm going to go into, because I want to show you guys what it looks like when a portfolio actually fills and populates with stocks. I'm going to go back into, I'm going to go back into portfolios. We're going to create a new one. I'm just going to call this my portfolio. Okay. Again, initial investment. You could put whatever you want. You could put whatever you want in there. Not 500,000. You could if you wanted to. Commission type none. That's kind of just creating the shell of it. Click OK. Portfolio already has a name. I'm going to call this, what's today's date? Today is the 9/30/22. Give it today's date. Click OK. Okay, now we got to create it, right? So we click on Edit at the upper right. Let's select an existing trading system, and I'm going to select one. We'll select the one at the top. Pirate short, 50% gain, 15% loss. We know it's aggressive. How has it been performing over the last 1 month, 3 months, 1 year? Very good. It uses the DEW DEW market timing signal. Okay, so if I select that, very easy, guys. I mean, again, we're saving a lot of time here just setting it up. I know I'm going through it a little bit methodically here, but I want to make sure you guys are kind of familiar with the process. Market timing signal is the DEW. When a DEW up situation is given, we're taking no action. We are currently in a DEW down situation. So what is it telling us to do? It's telling us to short stocks from Pirate Short, which is a shorting strategy in the VectorVest program, and it's going to use a 50% gain, 15% loss as its exit criteria. If I click on Save, red arrow that points down tells us that we're in a short situation. And it's only short, let's see how many stocks it's going to short. NRBO is so far, there you go, there's your 10 stocks. There's your 10 stocks to go out and short because we are in a DEW down situation. Now this, what you can do, guys, is you can just track it. You can continue to monitor it moving forward, making sure that it's continuing to perform well if market conditions stay the same. If the market continues to fall and this continues to perform well, paper trading is a very important piece of then capital deployment, right? You want to paper trade first. The back testing part of it or the research part of it is the first step. So if I go back to our slides here real quick, the tools to get you started in building your own portfolio, and just to let you guys know what we did to create those automated systems. We start with what we call quick tests. We then can use the back tester and the quick folio. I would actually kind of flip, kind of interchange those. Once you create a quick test, once you perform a quick test, that's just simply a point-to-point test on a basket of stocks. The next step is to then put it into the back tester. So really quick, let me show you guys what I'm talking about there. All of these trading systems in the trading system viewer went through the same process that was just laid out on that slide and went through the same process that I'm about to show you. So for example, and this is not, guys, I'm not telling you exactly what to use. I'm showing you the process on how to create and build a trading system of your own. So let's say you wanted to use the confirm calls. What I would start with, I'd kind of go back a couple of years and take a look at all the confirmed up and down signals that we've gotten over the last couple of years. And I want to start with kind of the beginning of a run, right? If I'm going to back test, if I'm going to create a trading system, a rules-based trading system, I want to begin in a favorable market environment. So I would start here. May 18th of 2020, that was a confirmed up, and that lasted for a little while, and we got a confirmed down on September 11th of 2020. So here's my initial test bed, my quick test bed. I would say, okay, I'm going to use the confirm call. I'm going to try to manage a conservative portfolio. It's more of a retirement portfolio. I don't want to do a lot of trading, and I want to use a market signal that will kind of keep me in the longer trends, longer uptrends, and keep me out of the longer downtrends, right? The longer sustained down moves. So I'd say, okay, May 18th was a time to buy, and September 11th of 2020 was a time to sell. So there's my initial test bed. I go to Unisearch. The first thing you would do is to take the date at the top back to that confirmed up call on May 18th of 2020, and then you're going to choose the scan that you want to start with, the search that you want to start with. If this is a conservative portfolio, no better place to start than search is conservative. If this is a retirement portfolio, which is again very similar to a conservative portfolio, we have a whole folder in here called Search as Retirement. These are strategies that find stocks that are suitable for retirement conservative type portfolios. I like, one of my favorite conservative searches is pale blue chips, right? So if I go ahead and run that scan on May 18th of 2020, here are the stocks that I would have bought. I'm just going to return the top 10 actually. United, D.R. Horton, NetEase, Intel, Lowe's, Apple, Microsoft, right? These are all stocks that you're familiar with. Look at the RV scores, look at the RS scores. These are stocks that are suitable for a conservative portfolio. How did this basket of stocks, which theoretically you should have bought on May 18th of 2020, right? That's what you're testing here. The performance of, let's say, okay, if I would have done this on this day, because it was a confirmed up, with these stocks, because it's a conservative type scan, how well would they have performed to the next confirmed down? So you click on Quick Test, you change the end date to the confirmed down, which was which was September 11th, and you run the test again. Okay, not bad, 19%. 8 winners and 2 losers. This is no money management, by the way. This is just point to point. Let me test this basket of stocks, this strategy, from an up signal to a down signal. So far, not bad, right? 19%. The overall market went up 13%. VVC went up 13%. So that's a nice start, isn't it? So you go back and say, okay, that's a pretty good start. I'm going to go back to the market timing graph, and let me just quick test again from the next confirmed up, because what are you going to do during the confirmed down signal if you're conservative? Well, you're going to do nothing. You might even go to cash, okay? But you're not going to start buying stocks again to the next confirmed up, which was October 8th of 2020. Now, that didn't last very long, but you have to test it. You can't say, nah, I don't want to test that because it was only short-lived and I probably didn't make any money. You have to test it. So I'm going to go back into Unisearch. I'm going to change the date at the top to the next confirmed up, which was again October 8th. You got to run the search again. You can't just take the same list of stocks. You got to run the search again. A lot of times with these conservative searches, you're going to get most of the time the same list of stocks, very similar. You can see a couple of changes in here. Let's quick test those 10 stocks again. Take the end date to the confirmed down, which was again only 2 weeks later. October, still in October. Man, only 2 weeks there. Run it. All right, you lost 1.5%. You lost 1.5%. Not all that bad. The overall market went down 1%. So okay, so that was a losing run. You go back into the graphs and say, okay, that was a losing run. But here, I would have bought stocks back again on November 10th of 2020, and at the very least, held them to March 4th of 2021. You do the same thing. Run a quick test and test it over that time period. That gives you a nice baseline to say, you know, using this market timing system in favorable market environments, using that stock selection search, I could see pretty good results. What you then want to do is then you want to throw this methodology, you want to test this methodology in the back tester, okay? So I'm going to come up to the top, click on back tester. We're going to create a new one. I'm going to use that same, I'll just give this a name, we'll call it PBC, Pale Blue Chips. You can edit the account settings where you cannot pay commission. You can change the commission type if you want to. If you use margin, you can also account for interest. We're just going to uncheck those three. We're going to buy and sell positions at the next day's open. Click OK. We're going to build a custom trading system now. So the trading systems in the trading system viewer, if I select an existing trading system, are here. This is where you'll find the pre-built rules-based trading systems in this under this button here, select an existing trading system. I want to build a custom. I'm going to use the confirm calls because my objective is to hold positions longer, not do a lot of trading. I want to manage that retirement or conservative portfolio, so it makes sense to use, you know, a slower, more reliable signal as opposed to a faster signal like the primary wave maybe. Automation rules for the up situation. I will then go to this is basically the Unisearch directory. I'll go to search as candlesticks. Search as conservative. Click on Pale Blue Chips. That is the stock selection. That's the what to buy. When to buy, confirm calls. Confirmed up call. What to buy, stocks from Pale Blue Chips. What's the third component? The third component is when to sell. So you select stop criteria, and you begin to test different stop criteria. I'm only going to go through one or two. Steve's going to do a more kind of detailed explanation of these stops and, you know, really how you should go about things. But I'm going to use recommendation equals sell. Okay, this is our sell rating, VectorVest sell rating. So I'm buying stocks from Pale Blue Chips on a confirmed up. I am selling them if any of those stocks receive a sell rating from VectorVest. Okay? If I go to more settings, I want to maintain 10 positions. We're kind of familiar with this screen already, right? We looked at this in the trading system rules when we were in the trading system viewer. Maintain 10 positions. I want to automatically replace closed positions as long as I'm in a confirmed up. I don't need to limit the number of positions open in a day. You could change that if you wanted to. You can say open a maximum of 2 stocks a day. 3 stocks a day if you want to step in once a confirmed call is given. How do you know which one to land on? You're gonna land on the one that works the best. So you're gonna go through a lot of tests, right? This is where the work is done, guys. I said earlier, if you're a creative, analytical type investor, you don't mind doing this stuff. You don't mind putting in the work. You want to change some variables. Fantastic, guys. All the tools are here for you. So decide whether you want to jump in all at once with 10 stocks or step in with a few at a time. Again, the end result will be what you use moving forward. When entering this situation, okay, so let me jump to the confirmed down. Confirmed down signal, I want to say I want to go to cash. The options are buy long, which is what you would select if you wanted to buy inverse ETFs during a down signal. Sell short, we know what that means. No action. No action says leave existing positions open until their stop criteria is met, but don't replace any new positions. So if you have no action set, you have positions that you've acquired during a confirmed up, but when a confirmed down signal comes, you are not exiting those positions. You're keeping those positions in the portfolio, allowing their stops to do the job, but you're not replacing any closed positions as long as you stay in that confirmed down. Okay? We're going to go to cash for the purposes of my demonstration here. I'm just letting you guys know your other options. So we're going to go to cash at a confirmed down. So let me get back to the automation rules for the up. When entering an up situation, what are we going to do? Well, this is not going to come into play here because we are not going to have any positions to close because we went to cash at a confirmed down, right? So imagine this, you're in a confirmed down. I don't know how long it lasts, a month, 2 months, you're in cash, you're feeling great, you're not losing any money, right? The market's falling, but then it changes course. You get a confirmed up, you got a full portfolio of buying power left, and you're deploying that buying power to stocks from pale blue chips, okay? So this section here is not going to come into play because we're not going to have any positions in the portfolio once a confirmed up call comes, okay? And we'll just keep everything the same that we looked at down at the bottom, okay? Click on finish. I'm going to change my date. So what's my start date here? For this particular test, my start date is going to be that May 18th confirmed up. Okay, and my end date is going to be yesterday. If I click OK, click on finish and run, watch what it does. It automates and trades the system the way you just laid it out. It's going to buy and sell stocks based on the market timing system that we're using, based on the stock selection strategy that we're using, and the exit criteria. So it's doing all that work. It's providing you with a very systematic methodology on how to trade those three components. Those three components, again, are when to buy, what to buy, when to sell. It's all covered here with a few different other variables, right? How many stocks do I hold? Do I replace or not replace? How many stocks do I step in at one time? That's all part of an automated rules-based, there are a lot of rules there, rules-based trading system. Okay, so what do we have? We have 48% winners, we have an 18% gain, we have a 7.5% annualized rate of return, we have about a 13% drawdown. Not bad. What's the one thing that jumps out to you guys here? How has our portfolio performed since the peak of the market? So let's go to our market timing graph. Peak of the market was here in November of 2021. I don't know, the market's down, what, 30% or so since? If I go back to the back tester, here is that November 22nd confirmed down. And on that day, the portfolio was up, see this percentage here, right? Keep your eye on that. Don't watch my cursor. Keep your eye on that, because if I hover my mouse over that confirmed down, you could see it was up 27% at the time. It's currently up 18%. So the portfolio has lost 9% in the last 10 months, while the overall market has gone down about 30%. So this kind of makes the argument on what to do during confirmed down situations, especially in the environment that we're in, geopolitical and macroeconomic environment that we find ourselves currently, okay? Now, you can continue to tweak this, okay? If I want to make a copy of it, let's say I don't want to use the recommendation equals sell. I want to change my stop. I like the market timing system. I like the stock selection system that I'm using, but I want to just change my stop. You create a copy, you go to customize trading system, you go to your automation rules for the up situation, you go to stop criteria, and you change it, okay? And let's say I want to use percent gain loss. Close a position if it makes 30%. If I make 30%, I want you to close the position. If I lose 10%, I want you to close the position. So it's a gain-loss. This is a 3-to-1 ratio, which is generally pretty effective. So that's all I wanted to change. I'll click on Finish. What you want to do is kind of just adjust the name of it, right? So I'll just put here 3010, knowing that that's the stop that I'm using. That's all I want to change. I click on Finish and Run, and it will run the test again using the same variables except for the change in stop criteria. So, boy, I remember 10 years ago maybe a little bit less, where we used to do this all the time. We used to backtest so much. We still do, but guys, the trading system viewer is the fruits of that labor, okay? We did the work, you reap the profits. You can take any of these trading systems here and use them, or you can do what I just kind of walked you through and what Steve will walk you through in a little bit on building your own. But how did the change in stop work out? Well, it didn't work out as well. 14% gain, only a 6% annualized rate of return, a little bit less drawdown. So apples to apples, which trading system are you going to use moving forward? You're going to use the one that performed better, right? A lot of times questions are asked, why use this? Why do that? Why not do this? Why not do that? And the answer that I have, I know Jim, kind of says the same thing, is because it worked the best. We did all that work. We tried all those things. And this is what we came up with. This is the rules-based automated trading system that worked the best. And that's why, guys, it's in the trading system viewer. Chappell's Chance goes ballistic. What's the stop criteria used again? It's the Profit Locker Pro, I believe. Steve Chappell created this. He put this together. I'm sure he tried different stops, different positions to maintain, whether to replace or not replace, different market timing signals, and so on. All of these variables have been tested inside and out, and here's the end results. Okay? So let me go back to backtester real quick. Now the final step, if you want to do this yourself, if you want to backtest, then the next step is to kind of make a quick folio or a portfolio from this backtest and track it moving forward. Very similar to what I did in the Genius a few minutes ago with the ballistic new highs, Chappell's Champs and ballistic new highs trading system, right? Basically, guys, look. What we're looking at is a back test. Chappell's Champs goes ballistic. This is a back test. Okay? The back test is then transferred over into the Genius so that you can start tracking it going forward. The same applies with if you want to create your own trading system using the back tester. So if I want to convert this is not the final product. You would probably trade test multiple stops and just change variables, right? But if let's say I like this, I want to move forward with it, I just click on Convert. Convert. Do I want to start with an empty portfolio? That will do just that. It will start with an empty portfolio. It still transfers all the rules over that we just created, but it starts with an empty portfolio. Or do I want to paper trade this, continue to track it moving forward, and then I would say continue from the end of the back test. We started on 5/18 of 20 with 100 grand. The current value is 117.9. If I did that, well, zero holdings, right? Why zero holdings? Answer that. Why, why zero holdings? Because we're in a confirmed down, right? You can keep this on. You can keep the Genius on. You can keep this portfolio here, even though it hasn't populated with any stocks. Because when we get it confirmed up, you will then get alerts and the portfolio will populate with 10 stocks from pale blue chips, and then it will manage it the way we had back tested it. Okay, so guys, we have the tools necessary for you to create automated rules-based trading systems. We went through the reasons why you'd want to do that. Saves you time, relieves stress and emotion, and performs better over time. When we get out of our own way, we tend to perform better. So I want to thank you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed that presentation. If you have any questions, you can always email me, jerryd@vectorvest.com. But I think we're going to take a quick break now, and I'll send it over to Ray before our break. Thank you guys. You guys have a great weekend.